Hello candidates, welcome to our lesson 11. In our previous lesson, we learned about reflection of light on a smooth, shiny surface. And during that lesson, I remember, we looked at rays and angles. And one of the rays that we had was the incident ray. So we say that whenever light falls on a shiny surface, that light is reflected. So light should first come from a source. It falls on a shiny surface or a reflecting surface. But as it's coming, it comes in form of rays. Now, the rays of light that strike a reflecting surface are the ones that we call incident rays. If it is one, we call it the incident ray. Now, when the incident ray falls on a reflecting surface, that ray is reflected. And because it's reflected, we shall call that ray that has been reflected as the reflecting ray. But remember, we also have got the normal. And the normal is illustrated with a dotted line. Why? Because we just imagine it. It is imaginary. Now, that is what exactly happens during reflection of light. But we also have got angles that are formed. And one of those angles is the angle of reflection. The angle of reflection, which is noted with the letter R, the small letter R. And then we also have the angle of incidence, which is represented with the letter I. So, dear candidates, we also calculated, we had the laws of reflection, where we said the angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. That was one of the laws. Then we also said that the other law is the incident ray, the reflected ray, and the normal at the point of incidence. The incident ray, the reflected ray, and the normal at the point of incidence all lie on the same plane. Those were the laws of reflection that we had in our previous lesson. So, dear candidates, I am privileged to continue to the next lesson. And that lesson is basically going to be about, images. Can we all say images? Now, when we look at objects, those objects reflect light into our eyes. Now, the light comes with the image. That's why we are able to see those objects. Now, somebody is there asking him or herself a question. That what is an image? What is an image? Dear children, an image is just a light picture. An image is a light picture. And it is formed when light is reflected. So we say an image is a light picture formed when light is reflected. Why do we say so? Because images are basically formed by light rays. But which light rays? The light rays which have been reflected. Now, what reflects the light? Those are smooth, shiny surfaces. So we are going to say an image is a light picture formed when light is reflected. Are we together, boys and girls? Yes. Let us proceed to our next question. We are saying that how is an image formed? Dear children, for an image to be formed, there must be reflection of light. Therefore, images are formed when light rays are reflected by a smooth, shiny surface. You can also say that an image is formed when actually, you can say an image is formed through reflection of light by smooth, shiny surfaces. How is an image formed? An image is formed when light rays are reflected by a smooth, shiny surface. Is that okay, boys and girls? Yes. Now, let us go to the next part of this lesson. We would like to talk about types of images. Types of images. Dear children, images are grouped according to the mode of their formation, or the way they are formed, the position of their formation. So we basically have two types of images. And the first type of images is the type of images that we call real images. Real images. What do we mean by an image being real? For an image to be real, it must be formed on the screen. For an image to be called real, it must be formed on the screen. So dear children, we can say that real images are images which are formed on the screen. We also have another type of images. And that type of images is virtual images. Virtual images. I want you to take note of the word virtual. 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 Now, for an image to be called virtual, actually, let me tell you this. Virtual images are not formed on the screen. They are not formed on the screen, but rather they are formed behind the screen. Let us go and talk about these images in depth. And we'd like to start with the real images. Though I have given a simple explanation, but I want you to understand what real images are. Dear children, real images are images which are formed on the screen. What are real images? Images which are formed on the screen. Which screens are we talking about here? At home we have got televisions. The televisions have screens. We have got computers. Computers have screens. We also have smartphones. Actually, all phones have got screens. We also have cinema screens. On those screens is where the real images are formed. We are saying that real images are images which are formed on the screen. Let us look at the devices which form real images. Like I've said, boys and girls, we have said that televisions form real images. Why? They have screens. We also have smartphones. They form real images because of the presence of that screen. We also have cameras. They also form real images. We also have cinema screens. They form real images. Are we together, boys and girls? So what devices have we talked about? Televisions, we have smartphones, we have cameras, we have cinema screens, we also have computers. Even computers form real images. Are we together? Boys and girls, what have we said real images are? You must be telling me right now. So dear children, real images are images which are formed on the screen. And which screens are those? The ones we have mentioned earlier on. Let us go ahead to the next type of images. Our next type of images is virtual images. Virtual images. Remember the spelling of the word virtual. virtual. That is the word virtual. What do we mean by a virtual image? For the image to be virtual, that image must not be formed on the screen. In other words, it must be formed behind the screen. What are virtual images? We are saying that these are images which are formed behind the screen. We can also say that virtual images are images which are not formed. Images which are not formed on the screen. Those are virtual images. Dear children, the main devices which form virtual images are plane mirrors. Actually, mirrors, all of mirrors, whether plane or curved, mirrors form virtual images. Mirrors form virtual images. Are we together, children? Now, we would like to continue and look at basically mirrors. Mirrors. What do we mean by a mirror? A mirror is a smooth, shiny glass which reflects light. A mirror is a smooth, shiny glass which reflects light. A smooth, shiny glass which reflects light. And mirrors are basically made by silvering one side of the screen of a glass. They just get a glass, then they apply silver on one side of that glass. If not, one side of that glass is painted. I want you to look at the mirrors you have at home. At least one side has either silver applied on it or paint applied on one side. Why do they paint one side? In order to make that mirror opaque, to make that glass opaque, so that it does not allow light rays to pass through. Boys and girls, I repeat, we have said that a mirror is a smooth, shiny glass which reflects light. And we are saying, how are these mirrors made? How do we make mirrors? We make mirrors by silvering one side of a glass. How are mirrors made? Mirrors are made by silvering. Take note of the word silvering. Mirrors are made by silvering one side of a glass. You can also say that mirrors are made by painting one side of a glass. Thank you very much. Let us go ahead to our next heading. We have got types of mirrors, and we mainly have two types of mirrors basing on the way they look like. We have got mirrors that we call plane mirrors, and we have mirrors that we call curved mirrors. Those are the two types of mirrors that we have: plane mirrors and curved mirrors. So we would like to talk about plane mirrors. What do we mean by a plane mirror? A plane mirror is a flat, smooth, shiny glass. Why do we mention the word flat? It must be flat, not having any curve. It is flat, smooth, and shiny. It is a glass which is flat, smooth, and shiny. And on that glass, virtual images are formed. Therefore, we can say that a plane mirror is a flat, smooth, shiny glass on which virtual images are formed. Remember what virtual images are. Images which are formed behind the screen, or images which are not formed on the screen. So plane mirrors mainly form virtual images. I would like us to talk about the characteristics of images formed on plane mirrors. And one of those characteristics is the images are virtual. The images are virtual. Virtual in a way that they are not formed on the screen. Images are virtual because they are formed behind the screen. I would like to invite my friend with a mirror so that we can be able to tell what exactly being virtual means. Now, here we have got our plane mirror. We say the plane mirror is a flat, smooth, shiny glass on which virtual images are formed. Now, this is a plane mirror. It is completely flat, and it is smooth. When you touch its surface, it is smooth. And then the images formed are virtual. What we mean there, the image is formed behind the glass. Look at the image of this brush. I am holding it here, but the image is formed behind this brush, this plane mirror. If I move the image towards the object towards the plane mirror, even the image moves at the same time. So images which are formed behind the plane mirror or behind the screen is what we call virtual images. We also have another characteristic of images which are formed on plane mirrors. And that characteristic is the images are laterally inverted. The images are laterally inverted. What do we mean by being laterally inverted? When you look at your image on a plane mirror, your right hand is actually the left hand of the image. Your left hand is the right hand of the image. In other words, when you look at yourself through a plane mirror, the image, your image is facing you, for you are facing the plane mirror, but the image is facing the opposite direction. That is what we mean by being laterally inverted. And then another characteristic of images formed on plane mirrors is the image is the same as the object. What do we mean by being the same as the object? The image has the same color like that of the object. The image has the same size like that of the object, the same height. Nothing changes completely when images are formed on a plane mirror. So we are saying the image is the same size as the object. How? In terms of color, in terms of size. Are we together, boys and girls? Yes. And then our next characteristic is the image and the object distance from the plane mirror is equal. That means the distance of the object from the plane mirror is the same as the distance of the image from the plane mirror. That's why we say the image and object distance from the plane mirror is equal. And lastly, the image is upright. My dear, when you look at yourself through a plane mirror or on a plane mirror, you will not see your head down and the legs up. The image remains the way it is positioned. If you decide to position yourself head first, then legs up, I don't know how possible that is. That is how your image will appear. That's why we say the image is upright. If we don't call it upright, we can call it erect. Erect images are upright images. Are we together, dear children? Yes. I would like to call back my friend, so that we should be able to show you these characteristics. We have said from the first characteristic, we say the images are virtual. And I've showed you what we mean by virtual images, formed behind the screen. The images are laterally inverted. That means the image is facing the opposite direction as that of the object. The image is the same size as the object. It is the same color as that of the object. Let me invite my friend to again demonstrate this. This is our plane mirror. And this is our image. We are saying that one of the characteristics is the images formed are upright. I want you to look at the positioning of this ruler. I am holding it in an upright way, And that is the same way the ruler is positioned. That is the same way the ruler is positioned on a plane mirror. Are we together, dear children? Another characteristic is the distance of the image is the same as the distance of the object from the plane mirror. This is our object, and I'm holding this part. But I want you to look at where my finger is the other side, where my hand is. You find that this distance from here up to the plane mirror here is the same as the distance from this image up to where I am holding. You can see that part there where I'm holding. This distance from here up to the plane mirror is the same as the distance of the image from the other side that I'm holding up to the plane mirror. And remember, when I move this ruler away from the plane mirror, even the image moves. That means this distance from here up to the plane mirror is equal to the distance of the image from the plane mirror. Are we together, dear children? We also say that the image is virtual. I repeat this. A virtual image. I want you to look at me. I want you to look at me very well. This is my body. I am the object. And then there is an image inside. Somewhere there you are seeing an image. That image is not exactly formed on the screen, but it's formed behind the screen. That's why we call it a virtual image. Are we together, dear children? When I use this ruler, the ruler is formed, the image of the ruler is formed behind the screen. That's why we call that a virtual image. We also said that the image is the same size and color as that of the object. This is a ruler, and it's the same size as the image that is formed. So, dear boys and girls, those are the characteristics of images formed on plane mirrors. So those are the characteristics of images formed on plane mirrors. Virtual, laterally inverted, same size and color as the object. The image and the object distance from the plane mirror is equal. The image is upright. Let us go ahead and look at this illustration. Now, this illustration is meant to show you the characteristics of the images formed on plane mirrors. If that is our plane mirror, and then that is the object, let's imagine, let's take for example, it's you standing in front of a mirror. Now, light rays will move from your body to the plane mirror. But let's take, for example, you are standing 1 meter away from the plane mirror. Your image will be formed behind the plane mirror. But the image will be the same distance away from the plane mirror as yourself. So that's why we say that the distance of the object from the plane mirror is the same as, or is equal to the distance of the image from the plane mirror. That's why we have the object 1 meter away from the plane mirror, and that object is you. And then the image is also 1 meter away from the plane mirror. Then the size of the image is the same as, or is equal to the size of the what? Of the object. The image is upright and the image is virtual. Those are characteristics of images formed on plane mirrors. Let us take an example of another mirror, but this time there is a pot placed in front of that mirror. You discover that the distance of the pot from the plane mirror is equal to the distance of the image from the plane mirror. And then also the size of the pot is the same as the size of its image. Are we together, dear boys and girls? Yes. Now, Those are the characteristics of the images which are formed on plane mirrors. Let us look at this one here. We have got our plane mirror. That's a plane mirror. And we have the word tree. Now, the word tree will be laterally inverted by the plane mirror. And it will appear that word tree is about 1 meter away from the plane mirror. And the word tree will be laterally inverted. To be laterally inverted means, for example, you are looking at the mirror. Your right hand is the left hand of the mirror, and your left hand is the right hand of the mirror. Now, the word tree will be laterally inverted like that. And the distance of that image will be the same as the distance of the word tree from the plane mirror. So, dear children, that is what I wanted us to share today about plane mirrors, images and others. I hope you have learned what an image is, what plane mirrors are, the types of mirrors. You know them very well now. So our next issue will be an activity. And in this activity, it will be drawing the formation of images on plane mirrors. Thank you very much, dear candidates. And I wish you well. Stay safe.